In 1997, and it is time to refresh our new look to reflect who we are today. Before I reveal our new look, however, walk with me while I take you through our journey of the last 25 years. Trust Bank was incorporated on July 3rd, 1997 and began operations on October 1st, 1997. Following the collapse of the parent company of its predecessor, Meridian, the CBG stepped in and recapitalized the bank and held the shares in trust, thus the name Trust Bank. In 1999, true to who we have always been. As we look forward to greater achievements, we are rebranding to reflect who we are today and the future that we inspire. Our new logo has been designed to visually demonstrate our Gambian heritage and the sophisticated nature of the bank. We are moving away from the navy and gold-colored parallelogram-shaped logo to our baobab tree with a rising sun in the background. The striking outline of a baobab tree at sunrise is a familiar sight to anyone who has spent time in the Gambia. Our new logo and visual identity are inspired by our core values and spirit of being a pioneer in providing a unique banking experience. It is a completely new look that better matches the transformation we have made as a company. But we remain your Trust Bank. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my singular honor to present to you our new logo and corporate identity.
Airport Residency Estate is a gated community located in Old Yundum, proudly developed by Swami India, perfect for all looking for a quiet life with luxury amenities within an enclosed setting. When talking about the benefits of living in a gated community, safety and security is top on the list. They allow extra privacy, take away the hustle of unwelcome solicitors, and create a safe haven for children to play in a trusted environment without traffic or speedy vehicles. A great sense of community develops through the meeting at a controlled communal leisure facilities, offering an integrated lifestyle. A green environment and well-managed communal areas are keys to higher home standards, elevated quality of life, and better property value, should you consider home reinvestment in the future. Added to all is the location, just next to the airport and reconstructed main road, yet tucked in the tranquility of nature. Our purpose is one, your satisfaction. Contact us. Let us help you build your dream home in the Gambia.
Welcome to another edition of our show. It's another Thursday, and today we're coming a little earlier because obviously my guest is Honorable Alhagie S. Darboe. Honorable Darboe is in session right now. If you're watching, the National Assembly is also in session, and there are a lot of important things that they're discussing. But of course, it's also important to be here because we will be talking about, obviously, the newly passed anti-corruption bill. I know a lot of Gambians were excited about getting this bill passed. Me and so many other people were also concerned about what is exactly is in this bill. So we'll be talking about that. The bill is passed. What exactly was passed? We'll look at that. But you also know that some other bills were thrown out, private member bills that were tabled by Honorable Suleiman of Brikama, of Badibu, Honorable of Latrikunda, Yaya Menteng of Latrikunda, and of course the rent bill, which is also very important, is going to third reading stage. So that passed through the second reading. So we'll be looking at all of that. But you also know the big news is UDP has lost one of their most influential people. A lot of people say, I don't know how Honorable will rate that. Of course, their campaign manager, Honorable Mamadou Sabali, today endorsed the National People's Party. Met with the president yesterday, tendered his resignation. It all became a very quick and fast news. So we'll be talking about all of that. But first, Honorable, welcome to Kerr Fatou again.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
How are you doing? How is everybody at the UDP doing?
Well, we are very relaxed and we are very fine.
Relaxed and very fine.
And we are good to go.
Really?
So
we'll talk about that, but let's look at the I don't know how fine you are because I'm on social media. I'm looking at the activities. It seems like a lot of your people are disappointed and hurt, but we'll look at that. But let's start with first the National Assembly. I'm very excited today, and I think a lot of people are excited. But the anti-corruption bill has been passed. Tell us what exactly was in this bill. You know, just summarize what was passed and what do we look at it? Because, you know, there were some issues that were removed. What was removed from the original bill, and what did we have passed today at the Assembly?
Well, the bill has been in National Assembly since the 5th legislature, and then it was taken by the 6th legislature. I think that caused the delay, because the parliamentary procedure is such. When a bill is incomplete by a particular legislature, there are procedures that has to be followed for it to be carried forward to the subsequent legislature.
Okay.
This was exactly what happened, and that caused to the delay. And then when that happened, it has to be referred to the appropriate committee. That is to say, the committee that was assigned to look into the bill.
Yeah.
And then, being a new committee, they have to take it from where the previous committee stopped. And now they also submitted their report, and that happens to be the FPAC.
Charles, I'm being told the sound is very low. Can you look at the sound, please?
FPAC committee, and then we presented the report of the 6th legislature, trying to advise the Assembly on issues that we feel there should be amendments based on consultations with the relevant stakeholders. And then at the committee of the whole house, we were guiding the Assembly on how to ensure those amendments are done.
Yeah.
Sometimes the Assembly will take the advice, sometimes they will also request for further amendments, not only relying on the amendments that we have proposed by the committee. This guided us through the entire process. Eventually, I will say, apart from the amendments that we proposed, and those amendments were key on fines.
Okay.
If you default in adhering to a particular law, what should be the penalty? So most of the amendments that we have proposed by the committee were centered around the fines or the prosecution that's supposed to be acted on the person who may default in one way or the other on the particular law. I think from the Assembly also came two proposals for amendments. Significantly, these were Section 37 that has to do with what they call illicit enrichment.
I remember when I had NAMS here, that was something we discussed, because the illicit enrichment, that did not come from the committee, right? It came from the Assembly amendments. What happened to that?
Well, this illicit enrichment, that is Section 37, as well as Section 75, which I cannot exactly recall the title, but these were the clauses that were deleted from the bill. And then I think for illicit enrichment is very important.
It's very important.
And for that one, that has to do with if you acquire a well that is unexplainable, I mean, the commission can pursue that and investigate, only to investigate. And if they should conclude that this particular well that has been acquired by so and so could not be explained, the person cannot provide justifiable reasons or grounds as how he or she acquired that wealth, can be liable for prosecution. I think this becomes very threatening, I mean, to certain members to say. In fact, I could recall during our retreat, some people were saying, if at all your son or your daughter is in abroad and happens to send you money for you to buy properties
You can account for that.
Yeah, some of us argue that yes, even that one can be because wherever you are, however you are acquiring anything can be explained.
Yeah.
If it is legally, you can. But if it is otherwise, then that means you may not be able to explain. But anything that is acquired legally can be explained, especially in this digital world. Everything is digitalized.
Yeah.
So that's not enough, a reason for one should fear that we should not go with this particular clause because it may not be in conformity with our culture.
Yeah.
That is the way we acquire things. And then I think this was very key, and it was deleted.
And that is important. Charles, what is happening to our internet? Charles, is everything okay? So that was deleted, and I think that is very important. I remember when I had National Assembly members here, and we spoke about it. It seems like we have lost connection. Charles, what is going on? Are we still on live or are we off? Can you let me know? Okay, but something is happening. Can you check what is happening? Because we're losing connection. I can see it. I know that was removed that was something that you guys were debating on. And I had National Assembly members here, including my National Assembly Honorable Bundum. And I said he was talking about illicit enrichment, saying that, what about if your son sends you money or somebody sends you? I'm like, but that is something that you can explain to anybody. But that was an issue. So that definitely has been removed.
And that's very important.
That's very important.
Because if we are to check corruption, just overnight, how certain people can be able to acquire certain wealth on property anywhere, I think can be concerns.
Yeah.
And how do we look into those concerns? Without this law, it will be very, very difficult. So let's hope and pray when the bill is assented to by the president, maybe along the way amendment can be done to bring it back.
We can bring it back, and can be amended.
Mm.
So apart from that, what else was deleted?
Yeah, basically I said these were the two deletion. That is clause 37 and then 75.
Clause 37 and 75.
Yes.
So now the bill is passed. When ascended by the president, it becomes law. And then if there
will be anti-corruption commission to be established. And that commission will now be responsible to ensure corruption is seriously checked in this country.
But do you think the commission members, though, looking at everything, who selects these commission members?
There are procedures for the appointment, and that has to do with consultations are done, nominations are done, and then, of course, it's the president finally that has to do appointment. But he will not go outright to do the appointment without the due process of the consultation. Yes.
Important. Apart from the we can say congratulations, because this is something the first time we're having in the Gambia, developing countries that are very much interested in the rule of law and curbing corruption will want to have an anti-corruption bill. Now, this is the first step. Now, whether the commission goes further to do its job is another challenge, but the first step is we are going to have an anti-corruption bill. We have it is passed. It's going to be hopefully ascended to by the president, and going into 2024, we should be able to see an anti-corruption commission, and that will help government curb corruption in institutions, and that is laudable effort. And we want, I think, kudos to this assembly for passing that. I think that is very important.
Thank you.
Now let's look at the other bills that were Charles, sound, Sire. Today your show is not good. Can we have Charles? Sound is not good. Internet is going. Please, can we get these things fixed, please? I'm sorry, guys, for all of these things. I don't know what's going on today. Now we also saw the rent bill that a lot of people were also interested in. It's a private member bill that Honorable what's the name, Madi Sise brought in. What stage is the second or the third reading? What stage is it right now?
Well, it has passed the second reading and then referred to the Assembly Business Committee for committal either to a committee or committees or to the committee of the whole house. And eventually when the Assembly Business Committee met today, they resolved to refer it to a joint committee, that is the Committee of Human Rights and Constitutional Matters and the Committee on Local Government and IEC matters. So they are going to do their consultation surrounding the bill with the relevant stakeholders, prepare a report and submit the report to the plenary at the level of the consideration stage. They'll be guiding the plenary how to go about in trying to adopt the bill.
So I want us to look at this bill because this bill is really, really important to the common Gambian, because a lot of the people are renting, and we don't have strong rental laws. Landlords will charge dollars and pound sterlings. They can decide any minute to change their rent prices without strict laws. The people that rent these houses still go through all of this. So what exactly do we have in this bill?
Well, the bill is making amendments, and these amendments are meant to protect both the tenants as well as the landlords. In terms of deciding on the amount that's supposed to be paid on a particular rental property, and then the mode of increment on the amount imposed on the particular rental property. Like to say the low cost and then the high cost. It is in the current rental bill or the rent bill, that is increment for the low cost. Increment can be done. The manner in which increment can be done is not favorable to the people who are low income earners. And this bill seeks to address that, to say an amount $3,000 be increased to $7,000. That is, if a rental property is between the range of from $3,000 downwards, if that has to be increased, it should not be done less than 12 months. So that is, it can only be done after 12 months. So, or the payment, sorry, to get that particular rental property. And now, some people will say you need to do a certain payment before you can acquire the
property. You need to pay at least 6 months or 1 year sometimes.
Exactly. And then the other one that are high cost, now, okay, some will say before you enter, you can pay this particular amount. So that condition can be attacked to those high costs. But when it comes to the low cost, the manner in which it should be imposed should be different from that of the high cost. And then if it has to do with the increment also, the period should not be less than 1 year for you to do the increment. And then also the percentage that one's supposed to increase should not be more than 5%. Because some people can just go and do the increment anyhow they like. There was no gravity to say this should be the limit. If you want, you can make it 100%. If you want, you can make it 200%. In fact, this could be a deterrent to people who cannot afford, so that the competition can be there, and then where they get more, and that's what they will give the house to. So this will be a control mechanism of the increment the landlords levy on their property.
Okay. Now, interestingly, we saw another private member bill that was brought in by Honorable Yaya Menteng Sanyang, which was to give voting rights to councillors, right? So that was thrown out. What happened? Why do you think National Assembly members who are nominated are able to vote in the Assembly, right? Are they able to vote?
For National Assembly members, we have 5 nominated members.
Yes.
And of course, all of them
they can vote.
Have the voting
They
right.
have voting rights.
Yeah, except for the speaker. When he is a speaker,
when he's acting as
he does not have a voting right. But if he's a Kerr,
yeah,
he can vote.
Now, but the nominated members, for councils, they don't have voting rights. And this bill came. What happened? Why do you think the bill was thrown out?
I think the bill was trying to seek the support of the National Assembly to do that amendment, simply to create that balance. In a sense, if the National Assembly nominated members can vote, it will be very imbalanced for the nominated members in the councils not to be given the mandate to vote. So this bill is trying to address that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it appears the other side of the house.
Why do you think the other side of the house? Because both of you have 4 councils and they have 4 councils, and of course everybody wants to. National Assembly members, nominated members have voting rights. Why do you think it was an issue? Was there a particular, is it because it was presented from this side, or is it because they don't believe it's something that should happen? What were some of the reasons you think why?
Well, I observed that the members in the ruling party were very reserved. I mean, very few participated in the debate. Where they were surfaced is at the voting stage. So actually, what was in them, I would not have known if they did not speak. Now, but those who spoke were trying to base it on the ground that, to say, the local government bill itself is under general review. And then it could be recalled in the FPAC report. That was one of the resolutions that we put for the Assembly to consider, and that was adopted. That is to say, our select committee on local government or regional government should follow up to ensure that the Local Government Act is generally reviewed. And then we were informed that the process is on. Hopefully before the end of the year, it will be validated, and we look forward to receive the bill hopefully the first quarter of next month. That was the excuse that some people are saying. And then if that's the case, there's no need for piecemeal amendments
of other things.
Yeah, so we wait until when that bill comes. In the event, if this provision is not there, then we can ensure that is inputted in the bill. That's one reason that some people advance, and others are trying to question why now, why this bill?
Well, you guys just passed the president's bill and former president's bill,
and all what not.
But you guys passed the former president's bill, and a lot of people ask why now, because we had only one former president.
That why has to be there, I think, fine. But the thing is, in the National Assembly, we can have 3 forms of bill. That is to say, the executive bill, and then the private member bill, and then that of the committee bill. None of them should wait for the other. If the executive feels like bringing a bill at any time, they can do so. Likewise, a member can also come up with a private member bill. And then a committee also can come. You cannot say the executive is on the verge of doing this, So that should stop a committee or a member from bringing a bill. No, this is a process. Remember, these are people in the object and reasons advanced by the mover. These people should have a voice. They are representing a group. And then each of them, the group that they are representing, I mean, their voices should be heard. And that is, if they're supposed to take part in the debate, that's not enough. It's not only debate that matters, but voting to take a decision counts a lot. So if the group that you are representing are not voicing or they are not taking part in the decision making, they are misrepresented. So we are just from the local government election, and councils are enforced. If that is the case, decisions are taken. You want to say that we should hold on to that until when the executive brings a bill that will take another year or so.
It was passed, it was presented by an opposition, and it's going to look like a win for the opposition.
No, they will not come outright to say that. But from the look of things, in fact, that is what some of us were trying to ask. Look, you don't have to look at the person who brings the bill, or which party he comes from.
It becomes a win for that party.
You look at the object,
but it becomes a win for the party, though.
Well, it cannot be a win for the party.
I mean, politically.
Well, if you have that lens, you can take it that way.
Politically.
But I'm trying to put it. If you have that lens, you can take it. But National Assembly will always cry that let us put aside our political lenses. If that is the spirit, I'm emphasizing that we don't have to judge the merit of the bill through the person who brings the bill. That is totally unfair. And it appears some people are behaving that way.
Also, we also saw that the bill that was presented by Honorable Suleiman, was also thrown away. It was amending the Public Order Act, right? Me and so many other people said, UDP, you made serious mistakes during your force when in 2017, when you had a majority in the National Assembly. These were the causes that your people were fighting for. It was the Public Order Act. That's why Solo Sandeng was killed, right? That's what he was advocating for. And a lot of us believe he is the catalyst of all of this change that we're enjoying today. And that should have been something that UDP should have championed from the get-go when you had the majority. And no, what happened? People got comfortable. You guys, the National Assembly, the first thing you changed was the Vice President's age, and the National Assembly na Maria Fenko Falinga Kafunyadire na switcha na cross carpeta, so it cannot buy no. And you guys protected yourself and changed this. But among the fundamental things that UDP members were supposed to change, that were the agenda of Allah Patio, you guys never changed that. Kabra majority sort of honorable. So now trying some of these things, and I always throw it back to your people, and I said, it is the fault of your National Assembly members. Because at that point, you guys you guys were comfortable. Nobody thought changes were going to happen. And you did not think about all of this when you had the numbers. Is that, shouldn't we be able to blame you guys?
If you talk about UDP having majority in fifth legislature,
yes.
One thing what I want people to understand, that majority was short-lived.
But how long?
I'm coming. That majority was short-lived, and the government made a move to introduce that bill. Unfortunately, it was withdrawn. And as I said, the great part of fifth legislature, UDP had more members in the National Assembly,
yes,
but we did not have majority.
You guys had 31.
No, I mean, yeah, that was short-lived. That was short-lived.
I know at some point people switch allegiance, but
exactly.
At some point more allegiance switch, but at the early part, the first year, the first 2 years.
It was not 2 years. Within the first year, things started changing. Things started changing. Our majority was short-lived. That was its unfortunate situation. Yes, we had more members, but we did not have majority.
Yeah.
It was a completely divided assembly.
But I still agree that I can understand, you know, the dynamics, what happened, it was short-lived, but a bill like that, Nalia passed no. They would have, Nalia Natinunka table, they would have joined you. And other people would have joined you, Natra nung Alsilatoko, Allah Molminu, Botal Kotomi, Botaji. The other people would have been interested.
I did say it was introduced and withdrawn.
Withdrawn, okay.
Yeah. So that was it was introduced, and then the then Minister of Justice and Attorney General withdrew it. So this current one did not bring it up for the whole of the 5th legislature. And somebody thought it wise to bring the amendment, if not all, but at least Section 5 of the Public Order Act. That's the only amendment he's calling for.
But what exactly is that? But, you know, a lot of people also said, you know, in a democracy like ours, for the past 22 years, demonstration of manke fenti akita jambake. And most of the time, in demonstration or kenyami. But yes, the truth is, nim police ole pamito di minna mbuka problem ol jewol to bake. But in Natra, according to the bill, ngami moy Natra ko ibe police will notify al drone. Ite permit dilela. Yamera wofana mu feneti mi alongo Gambia is ready for it at this point.
Maybe people did not go through that particular bill.
Yeah, let us know what exactly it is.
Well, I cannot tell everything, but what I'm trying to say is that it goes beyond just permit and notification.
Okay.
The applicant has more responsibilities to take.
Okay.
When you are calling for procession,
okay,
this should be your responsibility, and you must live by those responsibilities, which were not highly spelled out in the current Public Order Act. You know, right goes with responsibility. So this is exactly what this bill is trying to address. You should notify it. Let there be no push and pull in that process. On all that you need to spell out the reasons behind the procession, according to what is spelled out in the bill or in the act. You should make sure you fulfill that. When that is not done, the police will draw your attention. All that you need to do, you do that. It's not only notifying. Yes, they will not be compelled to say they are rejecting, but they can tell you, if you are going for a procession, the rules should be identified. The time, everything should be identified. And these are reasons that you should adhere to. And they can also propose, this day is not convenient. We advise that you change the date. And that one also, you should also comply to. If the police are not satisfied, they can also take the matter to court, and then the court will decide. So now there is kind of check and balance. It is not the police that are now denying, it is the court that is denying, if the police has genuine reasons. So here, the applicant has a lot of responsibilities to take. In fact, to me, this one is more complicated than the current Public Order Act in terms of responsibilities of the applicant. What had been a problem is surrounding this issue of permit, the power to approve the permit or reject. sometimes you cannot tell this can be abused. And that is where I would say the security, the great part of the fault that we tend to put on them comes. So if notification is supposed to be done, you can address that. And then beyond that, you take your responsibility to ensure that you do your procession in the manner dictated by the law.
So at this point...
And beyond that also,
go ahead.
The police should also make sure it is very, very clear and spelled out. They should provide security for the people who are mounting on the procession. And then when that is done, those involved will also take their limit. They will not go outside their boundary. This is a very progressive law.
It was supposed to be a progressive law, but it's also thrown out.
Yeah, thrown out. Wow. This one also, I think I observe we are divided. The other side of the house. But I can say there was a lot of progress since the votes were 25 against 18. And it happens that some of our members, were absent because they are not feeling well, and others. And then I think some people might have regretted why they voted against. Because the reasons we advanced were very genuine. Let me say, I did say in my debate, if this amendment, that is Section 5 of the Act, had been amended, the incident of April 10 and 11, 2000, could have been averted. The incident of April 14 and 16, 2016, could have been averted. The Kanila incident that led to the killing of Haruna Jatta in Kanila could have been averted if the security and then the applicants who go out to demonstrate or do procession simply give the notification and follow what they're supposed to do. Those things might not have happened. And if we are trying to seek redress of those kind of unfortunate incidents, with this law is trying to address, who in National Assembly will say no to that? This was very touching to them. This was very touching. But I know, for one reason or the other, it was difficult for them to change their mind.
Now, it seems like this assembly is deeply divided politically.
For certain issues, sometimes, yes, that is very...
For certain, most of the issues.
Well, not actually most of the issues. What we may call contentious issues or issues that may look political.
Yes.
The way you see things. And then we can be
very divided in political.
Yeah, when we have different political views on those particular issues, we can be divided. But that's mostly reflective at the plenary. But when it comes to the committee meetings, most of the time, or all, we speak one voice, one language. What we tend to notice political interest at the level of plenary, and that is natural about Parliament.
And I saw that even from some of your members, they say you're too diplomatic now because you are more of, because now you are very in the hierarchy, and now you are very considerate. You personally, I see that as a Alhagie side diplomat, although now he's very toned down and everything. Is it because of the leadership position? Sometimes you have to be considerate and just be a little tolerant. Is that the reason?
Yeah, I think exactly. And I think, yes, those who know Alhagie very well, I'm the same character.
Yeah.
But my status has changed.
Yeah.
The changes in my status should be reflective in my appearance. This is what people should accept. When I talk anywhere, people should know it is a leader
who is speaking,
or who is talking.
Yeah.
It's not an ordinary person. Currently, I am leader of the opposition in the National Assembly.
Yeah.
Then that is, I'm even the leader of opposition in the Gambia.
Yeah.
And that is not a small person.
It is. And
that should not be a person that should talk anyhow. He feels like talking. That should be the difference between Alhagie S. Darboe, a student unionist, or Alhagie S. Darboe, an activist, a sport administrator, and Alhagie S. Darboe, a political leader.
Yeah.
This should be the difference.
This should be the difference.
But if you look at me, anytime I talk, it's very constructive. It's to the point.
Yeah.
If I'm to criticize, it has to be genuine, and it has to be constructive. It should not be emotional. It should not be sentimental. And as an activist, I can talk anyhow. I can be very agitative.
Yeah.
But now I should not be agitative, just like an activist. I should control and calculate my words.
That's very important. Because that is also in another way, because you don't have the numbers right now as you speak in the National Assembly. As an opposition, sometimes you should also be able to let go certain things to be able to look at the bigger agenda, the Gambian people.
We will not let go like that. We will only talk. We can talk.
Yeah.
Even though we cannot do anything, so, but just like what happened yesterday, they came to me, they were telling me, when you spoke, you moved us.
Yeah.
We were really touched. We were moved. But we had no choice.
We had no choice.
But really, we were convinced
by what you said.
By what you said. And you demonstrated the true leadership yesterday. So that's, and I told my people, or I used to tell my people, look, our role here as opposition is not to be deciding because we don't have the number to decide.
Yeah.
But we have to express our concern. We should not be mute in the National Assembly. We should be heard very clearly. Now, if the other house listen, fine. Side of the house listen, well and good for the interest of the country. But if they don't, let the people hear that we are expressing their concerns.
Their concerns. Yes. Now, talking about that, the president went to the ECOWAS summit. When he came, during an interview at the airport, he said ECOWAS were concerned about a few things, among them the draft. And President said they will bring back the draft to the National Assembly. If the draft comes back to the National Assembly like this, you guys wanted it to, your team, the UDP camp, and some other people wanted it the way it came, right? You wanted it go through the process. Is the UDP camp open to any amendments to the draft? Because all of these amendments that are happening, coming in piecemeal, that is not what the Gambian people wanted. The Gambian people wanted a new constitution, and we spent so much money on that. Now, the president said they're going to bring it to the assembly. The minister also said it. Now, we're expecting it is coming. What exactly would the UDP be bargaining from? You are the leader of the assembly. Would you be looking at something that is amended before it comes to the assembly, or will you accept that, or you want it back the way it was prepared by the constitutional commission?
Well, I know the constitution is going through the process of political engagement.
Yeah.
So that all the political parties can reach out to consensus as how the constitution should be reintroduced. And I don't want to
You don't want to make a position
known? No, I don't want to preempt that political engagement to say this.
I had your party leader here. He said,
I'm coming.
Okay,
I'm
go ahead.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. I said the process.
But the thing is, okay, go ahead.
I'm coming, I would not want to preempt that political negotiation. Unfortunately, I'm not part of that negotiation. And then our team is representing the party.
Okay.
And then, yes, the party leader is part of that team. He can be, I'm coming. He can be able to tell what the position of the party is. But let me say, the national constitution is a national instrument and document. But it's also a political instrument and document. I did say when even Chambers came the last time to summon the political parties, and then they were informed on the continuation of the process of the negotiation, and some of us who were there, I told them it was not the National Assembly that rejected the Constitution. The Constitution was rejected by the political actors. Yes.
How?
Very good.
How?
That's a big question. I was expecting, or I'm expecting that question from you. Very good. I did say the Constitution is a national instrument and also a political instrument. How the Constitution would be tabled and adopted at the National Assembly, politics has a high stake in it. So those political actors, that is the political parties, the way they take it, and that is what is going to be reflected at the floor of the House. You are telling about the position of UDP. If UDP takes a position surrounding the Constitution, exactly you expect that from UDP members. There are certain bills. You don't take that to our political parties. Our political parties don't decide how we should go about with those bills. But now the Constitution we are saying they are now talking how they should go about the Constitution. Whatever they resolve to will be very simple and easy for us. This exactly that is what is going to be demonstrated in the National Assembly. If you could recollect very well, when the Constitution was submitted to the executive, well, people could hear the position of the executive surrounding certain clauses in the draft Constitution. And this is exactly what was voiced out in the National Assembly by some of the members, eventually leading to the rejection of the bill. And that's why I say it was rejected outside before even reaching the National Assembly. And now if they want the bill to pass in the National Assembly, what they are doing currently, that's what should continue. And they reach consensus surrounding the Constitution. It will be an easy ride. But as long as there is no political agreement among the political party, especially parties that have members in the National Assembly, I see no headway in the passing of the bill.
And this is a new, since it's not an amendment, it's a new bill, it's you need 2/3 of the House to vote for it, right?
Yeah, Constitution, you need three quarters.
3/4.
3/4.
But then if this doesn't pass, piecemeals can come, and that...
Well, piecemeals are coming.
They are coming.
Yeah.
And so now, would it not be right for UDP to be a little considerate and let go of some of the contentious issues rather than having MPP to bring in piecemeal bills, which obviously they will get passed because they have numbers.
They don't have that number. No party has number now.
But they are passing stuff, right? I mean,
Three-quarter, that is for the bill on acts.
But they are passing stuff. For example, if they want to amend
any clause in the
constitution, what do they need?
The number they need to amend in the constitution is three-quarter.
Oh, okay. But they can bring acts.
Yes.
And those one, what do you need?
Act is simple majority.
Simple majority.
Yes.
And if an act is passed, it becomes a law.
When the act is passed.
Yes.
Yeah,
and they have those powers to be able to do that.
I'm not denying the 444 Act. Yes, that one simple majority. They can pass any act they want. A bill surrounding an act to be passed. Yes, they can.
They can.
But as far as constitutional amendment is concerned,
they
don't have that required number. And that is to say, well, constitution peace bill is not anybody's liking.
It's not.
I hope.
It's not.
I say the government should have the commitment.
But are you seeing that trend though, Alhagie?
No,
because right now that's what we're saying. They're bringing things.
The minister assured us that the constitution will be reintroduced, whether in its original form or otherwise, it will be reintroduced.
So, and if it comes in its original form, you guys will bless it. But if anything is changes without your political acceptance, you will not.
What I'm trying to say, surrounding what is before the political parties, I don't want to preempt that.
Yes. But you are the leader of the House at the National Assembly. I'm sure you know you know your party's position already.
Well, but you may have position. But what I'm trying to say, so long as negotiation is going on,
you don't want
I want to do that agreement, or my party to do that agreement at that level.
Okay. Are you optimistic though we will have a new constitution, you know, at least by, they said we will go to a referendum by next year. That's what they said, because this is something that the regional body is very concerned about, and the government made a commitment at ECOWAS that they will do that. Are you optimistic that we should be able to have a process started and completed in coming year?
Well, from the look of things, I can say yes, probably next year we'll see the constitution reintroduced.
Reintroduced.
Yes.
Okay.
Since it is something that has been stated categorically, and then the government's attention has been drawn to by ECOWAS at that high level, I want to believe they will live to respect that position of ECOWAS.
Now, one bill that you guys passed, the Commission of Inquiry bill. It seems like Allah particular enforced casualties. Let's go back. Let's go to politics. So recently, allegedly, you guys passed the earlier Commission of Inquiry bill. I power the president to be able to pardon people. Up to a certain age. Yes, right? Is that what the bill says? Is that what the bill says, the Commission of Inquiry bill?
Well, Commission of Inquiry, there are a lot there. I cannot actually...
Is that, I'm interested in that particular part. Is that something that is there, that the president can pardon people, right?
The nature, how pardon is supposed to be done.
Yeah.
I cannot recollect.
But it has been addressed.
But whether the Commission of Inquiry or not, the president has the power to pardon people. Yeah.
So, Sai, like is that? Local language, because new political. Mama, you left alone. UDP. After the covering presidential election of Botala, ali momentum was to back by the National Assembly because even the ruling NPP, I think the last person there's an honorable Marong. I see the new UDP 5 months or new UDP 5 members. So that was the thinking. Obviously, in the political corner, ni incumbent ni winter, nkaja kasirang means to covering the time of B. But obviously, nataje UDP momentum will build at the National Assembly level, council level, and even mayoral election level. Obviously, when it comes to popular vote, I mean, a lot of us ask questions, even other analysts ask questions. Muneketa NPP la votes la. Bari, since then, our momentum really was strong. And a lot of people said also, you guys, Ale campaign manager Sotomi Alonko Fanang, very critical and has a very strong voice and has always been very critical of the government. Ngaje kunung rumo sol meta na shoto yang 2 weeks ago I told Talib, ngai ko Talib ite katale Talib ben sure ko hilo katale bare ko barin ke Mamadou Sabally Fanang katale Talib ya jelata ya deny. But 2 weeks down the line, Mamadou Sabally resigned to Kunung, being at the State House. But we are more than for Jahala come to Mamadou Benu Sitola Kono. Kunung Kabri Mamadou resigned after Talamin, after Tab, sister Lasuokono. You can't run in Mumian Kabota Sitola Kono, Bondi, a feeling a free side. Munaketa, I don't like him memorialize UDP. What happened? Munaketa, Munama UDP, Mamadou Tata, Kabo UDP, Munaketa.
Baraka bake nwamira niyo nyininkaro ibe okela the right person sibe nyininka omo momadlete munati na Mamadou Tata katun later on bota Mamadou Bulu amma wo dalil yitanin tolla kafako UDP nyinne me yatina mbota UDP waranto nganda hanna makamo nyinto bari ay nyimenke ako wala betiata toto
anim patio to
ha mimbe dending kul mi yalon ko be caring sign so ateles wo firino dalilo fo mi atinna abota UDP bari amman kasi fo UDP man kira dalilo te me yatinna abota je
hani amo fo santo
so
bari mo fo santo
ngamira ha wala tin sko de ngamira wonyinin karo de o si tilin menna anyi yata min nyato wala mo motiti wanda UDP dingala letero nga soto kunun tilbulo horomo ba kono nin bunya ba kono andum fanan nga ta fana horma ba kono bunya ba kono biranata nga patilida kalamtan dala afana yata hormo nin bunya la ay yamarin safutandi executive ma nga futan wol ma hormo no bunya andu na tata hormo nin bunya la duwata ko aduwata nyame nay kata kolu minke pati kono birnga keta pati dimoti folo anin fana ay do kolke anin faran ay plasol muta nga tentu nga jayi ayo kata kol minke pati nyin kono nduwata fasi nyata ta soto abita ku ko cela
right iba nyandika mbari lami batu yalo ali alo nenun ko Mamadou Katale katu boy sedikan mi alon ko executive member of the UDP. He's the diaspora chairman. I audio bondi on Kunun Samanda. Janning fang Mamadou ka resign. Ako 2 weeks ago ali ni lonne ali ala investigation okele ali a confirm le ko Mamadou Katale. Uta manke ko kom de Mamadou letter or wrong wala yatina ali akalam. Yes, that was official. But me executive member speaker, we take that for proof for the entire executive leti. Mbot said the kani audio ke atra Mamadou man resign. Ali mun lon before that.
Bari yaro man yininka fal yalo na fal malo.
Fal yalo no.
Yen yininka menna.
Okay. Fal yalo fal yalo no banko Mamadou Katale. Katu Mamadou mbot said the kan ko lokum fula ko mal yalo.
Yalo hadama ding. Na tulul la jamfo anin nan yalla jamfol mankili.
Tonya
mboji fekkuole nyamenna anna samu nyamenna eta fola ko UDP fanambe wala nyama nyamel lon kunu kuma ka nimboji yafo mboji lafo bara mafu ko UDP la yabula ko fola mbigalon ne Gambia media kuma jamalel kafo ngafolo rumol kafola baro rumol del si soto nole del bika soto no so kuma naka fo ko aka ke rumo tenin tenten o tatin nan tol ngalla nga foko o konni na mulo ko abekela nga lonko abe kela ntol lata menna akuma kan yebo amari fan bulu aya fonye ko ate mari de nyine mo ala lodu lati pati nyin kono anun kunun tribulo lamo ntol nga osoto ala lodu la pati to jannin kunun manso tajeje pati la kafo kafa abejela pati la koku kakeje abejela ni ngatra nga sotal sodo je ten nunu wota kirenna lodu lalti barin kam yitandi haramadin kunda molo nyalni itulolu ite kanyan nola jiber nyala nin je nyala barka fo o nyalni ngada wolbe min to wolamo ko kununnam ngala kayto soto anu kununnam ngai tandinna mol
kunun yasto kunun yaytandi mola bari ngalon ko tenengo kunun arabolti kalato suto momodi mo ki party leader ya katuko mobe ya nim party leader temolon fay to dia kay babal ko mo ko falte da hala to dio la silamba alko baro isa baro alla banta tentin babala commando alla banta ten folo muna yamralte da hala to dio la silam fo to dio yamralte da alman d'accord ke da ha to dio la silam fo
katodi
katu ayo ko baro isa baro alla banta mi ngoje pati lida ko babala commando alla banta dami ngo faranje yamralte da hala bariyalo to dio la fo
to kadi kulka
ha
ni to momo yo ko kedron
ha
isi to sorono yalo ni nata nyaadile ludna sorodan tata wulli ndefa woni modbe be silo kan birim borena wulli wullin kol nata ka fuda pati leader makka konto o konto ndiro konolong pati leader ko ni UDP mu yuriti Alhagie S Darboe mu UDP sulotile o yuro sulotile akode alka men fana fode ko men wullin kolye modla lodla itandi kato menke ako modu munna commando tule yalo mbenga commando la jarunti yalo
ha
ay kuleke aya foma ay commando manya le kay commando manya fama yalon toka selele
ha
biro furo wala selata atela baba commando fo baba la commando baba la ya fo ama mine ya selenda ma ay kuleke afotama wala nata selama akita wala nyama
mo be alon tonya is como be farmer Mamadou Sabally when it comes to energizing the base when it comes to commitment ke kuoto akatale fight tambi anyanta minke la ka kele and is always visible and ngaje an party leader temo nga information of finance to because ntonga stories of a journal even that night ko ay mo ki num party leader ka tandiala ko nyumu fenneti mi alon ka kole atama bari you know lafta le janning ko ka finde pour ate fongo e mo ki kan ka tandiala ko tonya be da halala bita NPP. Now, I could obviously go. I accept in good faith. I also I mean, I go. I call it mabari. I accept in good faith. And knowing Darboe ning Mamadou team and kaminje banta. Bayring kaminje itoleka arjuma nyankata ngodomo arjuma. Meaje dawo dai be siloka be motol kono be kuntun na dulato. How is he taking this? Because tonya ni mobote balay mi alon ko momi alon ko lafital. Kabire Mamadou muta Darboe press conference nena ma mfama tala kam fa si fa jela ka babu 2016 akam fa min kete la nyimutar labangoto akam dal ko molo mi alon ko you know I sutiata la back you could see a reaction auto. How is he ni mo si fa bote bala? How is he taking it at this point? How is he
mo ku kenyo ikanun to itero na bote bala aken yekuyale amara bido nyininka modla boal bala bali jikla tendi lala nga hani aman jikla tendi hankai ay ne kuyala ka tunga yi wato men ke patito aninga kafunyo ya lel sunkuru aninga teria aninga wole sunkuru manke politiko damba mantan tema bara badiya dundi animal tema so na bota kafo minto ma fude wolte sunkuru no la wolte mule nyama barate abe kolya lale so du itero ni badu ni kalumde ni famo be tarlal tema fal hakko so taranyo kan odum wamundi ku yalate a hankay asuti ya bara pati dida nyamenna ya miss fa haklo so tarakan abe wattalal fo janning a haklo be bula kan bara suti ya talale badi an manke politiko dambal be tema safo dron badi yani kafunyo yani teria be temala of course ni e tero nyin ya miss fo haklo so tarakan wobe jele anita diala wala kaba misla ko aya tero ana kanun tew awo misla bari ko mbe jikla telale hani oteje
jikla deti
UDP is good to go.
UDP is good to go. I don't know how good is UDP because B Mamadou joined the NPP. Ko apparetale ka doku ka everything ka President Barrow strengthen. That means among it seems like B he's going to be your direct opponent because UDP and NPP tema benga alone min ka tama woto P nal ning Mamadou be nyaawe nyanta tilel no nyola politique campaign o kono Mamadou ya fo jana UDP ya fo jana is it that going to be awkward
banga mala politician wol be siari nyim bankun kan e ka fo jana lan ka fo jana ha dia sote ya fo fanang asura ngafo kabri 1996 ndalbe wala jamade ngamira 96 wayna fo 2015-16 wala candidate kabo 2017 wayna fo 2023 ndol nganna kun kumba balum fota wala menu candidate the like of Wajuara Bala UDP at that time he was the national organizing secretary wala palaso be campaign manager nyato wato mol ka nyine foko ni Wajuara la dia moy dang na meeting do hani yefonyo e ko na diam da do mol ka sele bari mol ya mena ko na tata UDP be falala atata e patiolo Roma UDP sama dawda bar nga fe ko UDP is good to go o time ben na UDP na national organizing secretary tata mbamba daka tambi dina wato min na beje o the same UDP wala mo 2023 you are good to go.
You're good to go.
Very well.
Even without commando.
There are a lot of commandos. He is one of the
commandos.
Oh, he was.
He was one of the
commandos.
But there are a lot more commandos.
There are more commandos.
What is UDP position or be Alhagie? Because politically, I know politicians will not admit this, but politically, this is huge. When an executive member leaves, when a vocal executive member like Mamadou Sabally, when somebody who is one of the most critical voices against a ruling government, Abela Patriota Bota, that looks like a very big blow morally for any party. And we have seen that. Ngaji social media tole, ngaji mola comportment or tole mola fenkolto, and we have seen this shocked. What is UDP strategy going to be going forward? Molko, UDP, I told him more not aliabi. Alkawale chikakata mi famo mini alonko kabiri 1996 CBJ. Is that something mi alonko fanang akal batandi alla kuolkono? Ni mo wala hani fatu na rente na le wala ke formune ke tabani na de bibi den chika ke hero. So a lot of people say maybe that is something also that the party needs to look at, and then look at how they also, you know, celebrate people that are just coming compared to Molmin Metaje.
Yalon Tolbeka more celebrate, more performance.
Alcohol
celebrate. Nimfare Tureko another UDP. asita la bungo na bulo la nyoka nde celebrate nola nin pate ko anara UDP le asita la workshop abala dokula nda celebrate nola bara tambita nyato aka kulke fo men ka tambi ay menu taraje mo la baro inge celebrate wala ila baro mo ko celebrate bari la personality mo bika o celebrate anun tolla belief mu ñinati UDP kunu ani UDP BB hanni bile wuluda UDP waranto enata UDP albe kanyante bralla UDP di ya obelola menna wala mu alkamin bara UDP molsina bi baysi muneke ide tammi nola kunu ye menu taraje mbikela kunu ndoko jibe ila continue dokuo nka wole jube anila dokuo wala ka celebrate amanke la personality.
Are you concerned?
Adu UDP movement.
Go ahead.
Nkala fila moli ya lonko pati ngaje bari nkana moje Mumo kane fanje ko ntela mu UDP. That is UDP. Yala Hussein Darboe ya fulako ate hani Hussein Darboe. Nimbila ni UDP fola nyoko. An si dajio. Wole fisalati. Akana fanje ko atela mu UDP. Na fanje ko atela mu UDP. Mbay tanela ko atende UDP. UDP mollet. Nkala file ko moye fanje ko tente UDP ila catholique mol yo catholic celebrate bayla personality ntaw celebrate la ila baro e kamenke mol ko la celebrate ni photo ko anytime drong isiti la bunkono ko etel tamu itati etel tamu ila fengoti etel tamu ila londot ye famuta nyamel mol ke famuta wol nyam bar ni fundi de tambita mol nyato mol bula le no ma ye celebrate.
Are you worried for NPP pareta kalbatan? I can tell you one of the Sabali might not be the only one leading UDP, especially in fact Allah executive.
Alum politico
and yeah,
political game amanke kumia lonko akatua nyama and political mol fana bikatu nyama. For there is no permanent friend, no permanent enemy, but permanent interest. As long as we be caring, if we do someone nane, do bita. As kena me india wo na modo ya la sinsungu parende. Anka nale mai ani lafta tal da mente bikata auto. Ila boy anka men foi. Mama Allah more dol bitale de aya so barinka felo ko I'm telling you ko there might be some other people leaving your camp influential people mini aloko ibita NPP nka wala tandi ko nte sonna wala nte balannala nte balannala fana ha nte sonnala nte balannala okay na ketan ko political gamelet you can expect that at any time I'm from any side. Nko askeno da bibila mbenda ko modo ala sinsungu parende ala kumuda kana UDP kawa NPP ha ani ajaje dolbi ko jibe dolbi ko jibe bara askeno fane yafu nyamina do fane ala sinsungu la kunto abo kaya kata dula doto barin ko ka game lamu aka kel continuous Kabiri 1961, you never carrying Gambia. Defection from one party to another.
Can you agree today, Baro? I mean, for all of my political animal, now left me na kasuto, and do I never alakumo, even though some small man in the car with UDP through but he is eating into Allah UDP konobage. Are you concerned about that? Can we agree Baro is a political animal? Who is the master?
Every human being is a political animal in one way or the other.
There's nobody like President Barrow right now.
No.
Transfer window, I mean, sign up right now. Window, I can't the highest player, the sign.
No player.
I come to Messi, Ronaldo.
How about in college? Na menje nka men fodoro. Political manje comme ko personality.
Yeah.
Ntola politique UDP. Ngam fan londi lo nyamenna. Mbika based on personality. Where UDP protect bakele na ternu akete nu wala nyama te nu ngan na mo ba jamal men nu fotela party tete ha party based UDP mo ideology let I think mol ma nyina understand amanke personality nyamo usenda we tamra tele UDP surrounding him hani Beriya Darboe muta. Ye sorong. In fact, safoko beriya muta. Ning modol ko sa UDP is finished. Jani fang iba muta la fang. Eko UDP is finished because UDP la key figures to ye wole muta. Wole mu UDP la. Doku lalti. Solo sanden na la kafo. Tonya o wato. Ha. Niyamo UDP tollam. Biri yewol muta don ko UDP is finished moyo fo nyala bravo ko Usain en kay ko ko UDP fatale wata man fundi folo ha yenna barma balle mu da konyo ko let me tell you this is what is going to galvanize UDP nyimala kuma konti o somo ina rara fana nala mol muta sila njikin nomin beje o beti nyata nko yenna barma mo bamman wallal muta ba silang
yenna party leader ne executive
an ngala executive be muta wala silang kama tetal
party banta
you know what na chitio kosi nga kol beke me tankanuni ye besoram ndol dandal men tuje ngam fangri organize ngam model copt kala fankan ka ke executive member mo boro la nge cop nge lanka at least na sizable number soro nka si nka decision making keno bring a legal battle ke mau gagné no nko Islam political front mbay tandi la Gambian ko la ko UDP mo ideology da manke moti niya mo wira ko without UDP, without Usain Darboe, there will be no UDP. Abes koila Gambian call maold, abes senela Gambian call maold. Na first meeting called Brikama.
Yeah.
Huh? Nkonga UDP na relaunch. That was August. I will say I think 31st. Nkonga UDP na relaunch. Molu tata wa mitunto jahalta ko UDP fata bari UDP yaro bika fa mboda bika man nara bundin the following week molu jahalta nanna candidate tombong jani bida coalition mfundita ngorara bara di munkara nyamina di mo mol ka kalamta wala nyama mbe dunna kombo hani e ko nyinta UDP de mol ngamel UDP bikafa
but more ko motivation was
hani kan
nya wala be mutaring alunga finti nga bondi
ka wala tandi wala ka wala de ko party man based on one person
okay
ko lay tandi mol men no bota yudi pirankun no wato wol mo bamman ballalti de wala mo yudi pila enginti at that time within that short period nanam fa reorganize no ningo party man be sura man structure soto nta kenola min latan kan na lata party o party kan yim banku kan drong is dum ngolay tandi hanin bi was spirit labe UDP bala ngam fan sansan walla ngam fan tankandi walla alman tangala kuku nala tankan dron yusi bona kono ngam fan stock to nyamena wala wa sabu. I'm telling you. Wala mi UDP
bi commando tata bi kay barola generalo generalo sembo stop generalo la grato warta commando la grato andon commando ay commandiro kala ko mol min yalon ko wolle bate noma yana tarakata tata be NPP. Are you worried ko he's taking a part of your base to NPP because he's definitely very famous among the party. He's very famous in the party. Hani kununko ngaye kabradu nema kunku ngamra nyinsi bitolo wote. Ni molda no after dauda ikakafole janoma. Are you worried because he's taking a chunk of your base to the NPP?
Yalo ma longfo ye wajuara character yalo when he was a UDP.
Ngamwele.
The type of character we meant. Brother UDP.
Ngamwele.
Tonyatinya wotamo na diamuta. Mobe kafula bantala. Yakaha. Ala lonya UDP kono owato. Anin commando la lonya UDP kono sai. Ite compare nola. Mankile.
What difference?
National Organization Secretary. Wole Palaso Warata campaign manager UDP la ranking. Anin juara la political exposure in the country. Hanin janni mina UDP to. Awara batale I made a political kono nyim banku kanne. Ay banku dula Jamal long. Ay marlo ke banku dula Jamal to. Jannabe dunna UDP kono amin bralo ra UDP fanan kono ay UDP dinkra ko be misafa UDP akir so tanin current commando nin atan ko nyim do commando at that sign nimbe juara describe la arang be tambi bala commando la general wato bay brabara UDP aka ndam long wo ndam more amra be UDP ababe sambalal ba ndam danta ala duto lo ko Brikama. I can tell you UDP la card that can only be played within UDP, not outside UDP. That's reality. No matter who you are, you can only play the card of UDP within UDP, not outside UDP. I can tell you that.
That I can agree with you at some extent because UDP is based on you can move. But one thing Alhagie is not able to do is to attract independent people to the party. So these people are attracted by all the people in Ghana, for example, the likes of Sabali, the likes of Tali, the likes of, Wolfananka independent or not. So not any independent-minded people, I mean, so that nati, nabitan or bitar. But generally, even as a party, that has always been a problem. Now you have to be able to win beyond your base, to be able to win nationally. And UDP, NPP, Modo, where UDP can never pass their 23 up to 28%. And if you're not able to break that cycle, to attract more people, more independent voters, you will not be able to win nationally. But you will put in place to do that. Because the fact is, Tonya, UDP la base will come on Beda Kotola. Mama Sangitang, Abedan, Bia Vote, Akafuato, the Tatal, Nakabanto, don't move. That's what they will tell you. And even the younger generation in the UDP will become move. But the problem of the party, more Fananka and in more could attract to the party, it's been difficult. Now people like Mahmoud Sabali and others, people say that's what they were able to do for the party. Now New World Fananka Boje, how does that help for the party to win nationally? That is the question.
Hello, Nico, independent.
Yeah.
Hello, independence.
Hello, the base baby. So you want to bring order, not for independent-minded people, but more Mantarela base, more Mantarela particular. You want to attract them to come to your party. That's what I'm referring to. Yes.
Call it Tandi. In one way or a car mole, Multara party leader, he could join the UDP. Was very frequent. Ninko another party leader joined the UDP. One and monkey UDP. UDP, be you work on it. You told Blatam Nenkono. Ningata lata party dolukan. Tenulu fata. Hello. 2017, 2018. Federal menu tabita against UDP. Intol dolman simululo na two. Tenu we are doomed. Abe kolea ka kolea bakele. Eni mwe kele within. Akasonya na ekele when it's outside. Or when it's within. At that time, Purunga law, UDP was fighting within. Then that menu lafta bolaje botaje. Baranga kelo kele kende ke kaje ko no mulu sawatindi. Min latan kan na lata modo kan pati do kan you are finished. But kona base damba wolle bembulu manta hani. There are a lot of every day. Mindara daoda. Right now na yuso lewe taka. Ewe toko no. Mwone kakafu kaitandiko. Regrettably why they voted for the president or they voted for NPP. They've come to join UDP. Every day, wala kakele. Kafa ko UDP become mo kudo sa mana hani. Every day wala we chekan pati nilaya. Hardly a week will pass imamoy mole mo nyo tamindi imantaje kafa ko inara UDP le. Odambala mala dokote.
Yaro, ay, tonyalo lo nka jele mol bita party leader office bita, but yaro even football okono. Moye Messi sign. Ani momi me jumala fola mbat. Me footballer jumala fola. Batunga footballer jibe mi bota badi footballer jumala bota badi fu.
Ama footballer also.
Badi mo ko footballer. Laka badi mo footballer dole fola. Ni momi footballer ngomo dole baro yawo mo mbari ngel so me. But for example, ni momi Messi sign and me Steve Tarawale sign. Iman kilinde. Ni NPP ka the likes of Momodou Sabala ni dol min kanata ni ko all sign. Atol ka facture yol ni fenge yol sign. You know value man kilinde. Footballers all value do nyo nya tole because what's the moment attract no and inte attract no is different. So that's how it is like in the political game also. If this person is attracting more highly valued politician than you, then you have to look at your game and up your game.
I have political, it's a different game. It's not just by name.
Okay.
Hanite. Political kono.
Nah.
Ngafa mole. Kana juti fanna. Ye mo ja kumata political kono. Yalo na ba? Foi yalong foi malong. Molu sorda dunia wala mo sorda dunia min late tela. Ete menfo abe wolato. Ebe mento abe wolto. O grassroots moli kamenu je e kamera koy man kumma ya politiko kono. Yewo nyongol soto. Wol fananke nyongol lel soto. E samba soto gunjur. Yamale just an ordinary person living in Gunjur. Bari yalo mo klim mo fla mo saban la ta la dunya na men fuda bold. Abi wold. I men for be wold. wol fanan kilim fana ka ke wala nyama nite do sondi dron ila ko kamba dol sabu de man tara UDP na bari na ila ko kamba de bim fana be jeel amman jara media fam bi ko kalam ta fam o fana meyo fo dole fana kaya ko retla ko nyin kamba de bim fana be jeel nka spread tenne among the personality or big names in football and big names in politics are different. Nobody is big in politics and nobody is small in politics. They are all very important.
They're very important.
Very important.
Finally, Allah supporters all mini along ko jikila teta. Bayri bi kabinte ngaje momodo ni mol min tata State House. Nana lamen alpha balle jeje nana sefol jeje nga modol jeje lamen kabilo la alpha balu ngol jeje tata momodo dandang. And he's a very influential young person funding Kelkono in Lamen and even in West Coast and be UDP la atol tonya presidential election on beka doubt la kata no nyadile bari nga mol beji kita mina mobe lata mina West Coast fengo West Coast wo mal talent a shotale in député NPP kilne bonninoje you know a shotale in the councillors obviously and in chairmanship right now if you can say anything region number wise atole supreme J Bari Modu played a part in that and he's also very influential there being ajilaning lameng alpha balle tata NPP to those people mini alon ko bijikila teren ko ala tab se ke fenti mi alon ka sal batandi and naturally some people are also discouraged. People say ante wakain politiko ante tela ala politician lokota. I saw a lot of that on social media. I saw a lot of people saying ante batado politiko and I hear that ibe mune follow woli about UDPB and muna atine manyala jikila te
na men fole ngaban nanyin dia mo men kejang ila nyin kumole men foja ngaji men foja mo mo be la moy kambi abi ba celebrate kan
celebrate
ha ni ngata sonna ma sikan be mendu la bi abe botala bar ngalo ne de atela ya nga yuri bi la tariko le fo la men kono ni ngata nu nyin sifale bikema asi tereng asi barandi bar ñine yam fadin bar na raw kuma kawol lulu bambandi way mo lalli man ya ñing aya lafale e kam menu fo e ma fañu de nga keba kinde jede State House bi de
hani mate je keba kinte hani
e ko le chefo
ha
ana la lambe mol ma fu be mu NPP le de bo chefo la lambe mol le mu ha ni ko yo wala fode an kay anu sefo mo balati lame
ha de
anu mo ma lambel be mo balati lame yo wala fe ko wala tara me ngalon ne wala kam man sala ko muta jamen na you cannot judge them by the color or you cannot judge the book by the color of the book.
Alman fola men.
Ani se fola lambo e ko le modu dandan. Ha. Barin ko ko da ni ko ni de keba kinta ya dandan. Insi sikan. Ha. Braslong asma woje. Lamenga mengeje. Na UDP laje. Inshallah.
Inshallah. Ala jumuni la kuma labango te programme bante la
fa mun kuma labango beten lambe jayla yalo nanna janga abukataria isato mandia de isato mandia Allah file
but wati fana I do appreciate that wati ninge kumandi ka he Fatou mbe assembly kono mbe busy rinyami nte kananola that only shows your interest being attached to what you're doing ibukalafika anything missed at the assembly so that honestly I want love to say there all the time definitely
pang ba ye bilol lel fonya mbe wolel kono kana
ko kacha ha
ngako akumata le ay do ko le nyosoto le anu bambe men fa ye fanna men ma kula ma be kerin bile pour ko fanna attentu ha boro comme hanwo be nyawnya ni mboro jandron kamurle
National Assembly to ha
nga permission ta kombina de nafta be murna
ha
si tendunge jaydoro yo opportunity men dinna nim banko mole kacan kala file nim beddiam la ke once in a while
ha
den indiam da mol salon ko alaji la diam
ta
alo nyaadon ko da manyan na
siyara wato
da far manyan na siyara diamo kolyatal kumo na fuda dorom
ha
ite men ka fo ite lallondo doyata menu ka la moy wala lallondo siyata wadatina de ka tariya bake ka diam bi faw yang e baratan kanne ya fo nyadda men ton nata
I know definitely
preparation men kela
ma keno
ma keno
to yalo
bar alhamdulillah be tendulam be jayla be yori pinkol fanam be tendulam be jayla be yamaro men dilela politiko mu jemlete momo wala lafola mu pati diata etaje andi momo fanan lafola fanamo ni be pati mento e se bono jele eta pati doto nkana woke kasiti nkana nyo barama wola ndol National Assembly ni jenga nyo saba the floor of the house nga nyo saba nim fundita ni nje camera ko ani nyulunde bringe nganyim bilolu bayi akola mfundita ninda mbalu tara minindi nyole saba ani nyulunde so political feel fanam ka cewo nyama ning do tata teng kanata social media nga kuma faman ka kajafi be nyo nenna hani kununna miro be nyamen na ni be mira clean bar bi ni mantra mira kirin kasita wot mo kana wo muta kasite so ka bula mari la iba nenna Allah had may tara nyo kandron maybe political to Allah miro fatata
wo political maturity
ha ila politika be ngon titano to de banni hadama be ngosoro ya bunya fonye mbita jele anu ngale ben jiya ndile be bunya la yan kulya ko ntela muy baadi ngoti ntela mu teroti ntela mu kafunyoti cewni muso aka sotole be gatra patikili
tonya
wala katinate e be man trafuto bun kile so politika fil farambe wala nyama ko ton nin do mona ala friend asko na manta patike wota na friendship way bo altema mbo yamaro dila European kolla be tentula be jayla ben party leader anala executive fanan be tentula be jayla biri nyum kuma kan nyin nata e be atala in good faith andum duwane yamaro nyanta men kala e be wolo cekanto be jigrinde na hadama ya memben tema obe tenten inshallah
patili da ngamira inshallah sankuto kono na enta ka chaso to kadi nyin ko min beketa fo ngani nga sa nyanka tango dun jumal bina commando la place ta sa faade balo to but Alhagie thank you very much comme nga fo nyami nga appreciate le wato wati ninge commandi the time was to Haniman time was to start for caring. We appreciate that and thank you very much. Political leaders all this is a public forum. Purka na ideas exchange. Kadiamu mol fana yemini alon ko mbe wolle nyaton kayakan akumaya ta otumbe tentulambe jaila. And of course we want to thank the technical team mol mini alon kani minu alon ko bebe jiberola be tentulambe jaila until we come next week inshallah. Good night to you all. See you again. Bye-bye.
Airport Residency Estate is a gated community located in Old Yundum, proudly developed by Swami India. Perfect for all looking for a quiet life with luxury amenities within an enclosed setting. When talking about the benefits of living in a gated community, safety and security is top on the list. They allow extra privacy, take away the hustle of unwelcome solicitors and create a safe haven for children to play in a trusted environment without traffic or speedy vehicles. A great sense of community develops through the meeting at a controlled communal leisure facilities offering an integrated lifestyle. A green environment and well-managed communal areas are keys to higher home standards, elevated quality of life, and better property value should you consider home reinvestment in the future. Added to all is the location, just next to the airport and reconstructed main road, yet tucked in the tranquility of nature. Our purpose is one, your satisfaction. Contact us. Let us help you build your dream home in the Gambia.
Yiriwa men kafutan na tarambuloluto nga GIA cargo complex parendile pour que julaya sone yandi kadungoni mfunti bundana doko sembentu ya Banjul International Airport oto men si nyafa si moluma melka fengolu ki bantala bankolu kang anin julandingolu fana faisi sula na cargo doko le bang katu masingolu bembulule ikafome ye forklifts melka selendiro ni jindiro ke bagasolu la melbe funti kang waranto ka dunnan na warehouse lu kono nga dinkira sumayari ngolu fana sotole ifula milla fano mu metari kemeleti karo bela adung isi cargo bagasolu tano men sita fo ton tan woro ila sumaya fana futata tembeleto men ka fendolu mabono fo ikana tinya fo sene fengol lombang domari fengolu waranto jata kende ani bori ma fengolu kago bagasolu la taradula kendo asulata jamani labang korosir langolu lela na double view x-ray korosir la masingolu aka kago bagaso kono jubele komi kago doko sartolu ya landi nyameng nyin double view x-ray amu jamani labang rapid scanaleti men ka karafula korosiro keno kago sifa bela wati kilngo kono to na doku lalo imu ayata karandingol leti la dokuo no iframansata kago dokuo na tamandiri nyato na dokuo la betea wayem futandi RA3 makamoleto mensatin na fo nse kago bagasolu kinole kata UK aning EU bankolu kan GIA ka hakili tenkungo dila na dokuo to ite nyina la men.
Every day is a new opportunity to make sure our first impressions are always our best and to see possibilities on the horizon, to make our facilities and services more accessible and find freedom all around us. With a location proximity to active markets, with a liberal air transportation policy, that daily pursuit is how we turn everyday opportunities for you. For all destination marketing support, customized packages for new existing airlines and operators, and for a highly ranked tourist destination, the Gambia Civil Aviation Authority is here to serve. We regulate air transport, operate and manage BIA technical requirements, merged with commercial considerations. We have experienced and well-trained aviation professionals to cater for your needs. For investment opportunities in building airport hotels, shopping malls, playground for children, do contact us on 4472-831, 4472-893. Gambia Civil Aviation Authority. We go beyond daily.